Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're in a new room now and hopefully it's not too echoey. I had filmed another video in our living room and it was like the most awful thing I had ever heard in my entire life. Probably the most like awful video I've ever filmed ever, with the exception probably of like the first video that I ever made. But anyway, so hopefully, like I said, the sound isn't too bad. Don't mind the trash and the cat toys. Whatever. It's fine. So I am finally going to be doing my 2017 beauty favorites, but I am going to break it up. I want to do it like in sections because I have so much stuff that I think if I was going to just do one video, I feel like it would end up being 48 minutes long, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna break it up and I'm going to do like this first grouping is going to be primers, concealers, foundations, things like that, and then we'll keep breaking it up, you know, in the other videos. If you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, there's a little red subscribe button just right down below. You click it, you'll get notified for any future videos that I post. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is primers, and I have 3. So the first one, you know, I realized I haven't posted videos in like several months, but from my videos from earlier in the year of 2017, you probably would have seen this in almost all my videos, and this is the Pur Hydragel Lift, which is basically like an under eye smoothing, hydrating kind of primer. It's just pink. It's completely clear, but it is so hydrating and so soothing. And I've actually never had this happen, but I was putting my makeup on the other day and I was like, what's on my eye? And literally it had chunks of skin like peeling off of my eyelid. And I was like, just so confused. So this is awesome, especially if you have really dry under eyes. I love this. I actually have a pretty oily skin type, and so I'm kind of surprised that I loved this product so much, and I actually don't even remember when this came out. This may have come out in 2016. I just can't remember. This next primer is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I don't know if you can see like how much I've used. I only really have like this much left. This smells so delicious. It gives you such a beautiful glow. I'm just gonna try and use a little bit. I mean, it's like a soft champagne kind of color, and I just absolutely love it. It actually doesn't accentuate my pores, which I feel like, you know, when you think of things that are hydrating and kind of, I'm not gonna say shimmery, but normally that emphasizes your pores, but this does not. This just works really well. It keeps my makeup on for a long time. It does make me appear a lot more oily by the end of the day, but I can kind of deal with it, especially now, at least for us in Florida. It's really cold. It's been like low 30s. Like low 30s, okay? I can't handle that anymore. But I think my most favorite primer of the whole year was the Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer. It's this like white bottle right here. So this one is really interesting, and actually when I first started using it, I didn't think I liked it. It kind of felt grainy to me, but I think I just realized it felt grainy because the primer would like dry up in the little pump, and then when I would squeeze some onto my hand and like start massaging it, I would be getting the dried up crumbles of the foundation. So once I got past that and figured out that that was like my mistake, this is so nice. This kind of has little beads in it that once you massage it into your skin, it just smooths everything out. It kind of adjusts to your skin tone. It's amazing. Your pores look smaller, your skin tone looks smoother, your makeup goes on so well. I love it. I mean, I haven't used a ton, but I mean, to be fair, this year I really didn't wear makeup a lot just because of all like medical stuff that was going on. So the fact that I've even, you know, used this much is kind of impressive. I think I'll do foundations next because I don't have that many. Start with my drugstore favorites. So this is definitely not a new foundation. I have gone through a couple bottles of this one. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. And mine is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And honestly, even this one, this bottle is like basically empty and I should probably get a new one. But this is just such a nice, affordable drugstore foundation. It keeps my skin looking smooth. It's got great coverage. It lasts really well throughout the day. And I think it's like $6, $6 or $7. I think. So if you're looking for an affordable drugstore option, they have a pretty good shade range, and they also do have a, I think it's like a dewy and smooth version of this. So if you have dry skin, there's an option for you as well. This one, I was so surprised. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This one used the little paddle tip applicator. I actually ended up getting this one in 2 different shades because I loved it so much. I wanted to be able to wear it when I was a little tan and when I wasn't. And actually, when my best friend got married, this was the foundation that I wanted to wear for her wedding day, but we ended up going somewhere to get our makeup done, and they chose something different for me to use. But I just love this foundation so much. It stinks. It smells like paint. Like, it reeks, but it kind of like goes away after you put it on your face. But this is, I love the applicator, long lasting, great coverage. It didn't cling to any, if I had dry patches, it didn't cling to dry patches. It didn't sink into any fine lines. It was just a really nice foundation, and I was pretty impressed. Okay, I have 2 high-end foundations that I'm just like my mind was blown. These are so good. I've been wanting to try this foundation ever since I heard like every single person and their mother talking about it. It's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. And I just kept thinking, I think it's gonna be too sheer. I'm gonna look too oily and greasy. It's just not gonna work for me. I am actually wearing this one today, and I've been wearing this quite a bit. I mean, I can see, you know, already like how much I've used. I have to use about 3 pumps of this to get the coverage that I like, and then of course I go over with concealer and whatever else I need to make it, you know, really as full coverage as I want it to be. But this, I understand why celebrities like it. Again, just like the other one, it doesn't sink into any fine lines. It gives you a really healthy coverage. It's not super matte, so you look healthy and glowy. I mean, it is a luminous foundation. I do have mine in shade 4.5, and honestly it's, I mean, at least from what I can see, like a pretty perfect match to my skin tone. I mean, I know it's $65, and I used to have this thought process where I was like, if something is that expensive, I'm only going to use it on special occasions. But like, why? If I'm spending that much money, I should use it. And like I said, I did purchase this during the Sephora VIB Rouge sale. So, I mean, I didn't pay full price for it, but I can't stop using it. It's so nice. And I'm standing up at another friend's wedding in like 2 weeks, and I think I'm gonna wear that on her wedding day because it's just so beautiful and it looks great in pictures. And yes. So this next one, like, just blew my mind. So I think it was Kristen Dominique did a video where she featured this product, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I mean, her skin looked really great after she used it. And then I went to go try and buy it online, and it was sold out everywhere. So once it like finally came back, which actually was also during the VIB Rouge sale, I picked this up, and you guys, oh my God. So this is from Erborian. It's a Korean product. It's the CC Creme, and I have mine in the light one. It's the Clair shade, and I like will actually do a video using this because it's incredible. So this comes out totally white, like it's totally white, and then when you start to rub it in, I don't know if you can see it, there's like little pigment beads in it, and it blends into your skin, like into your skin tone. And I can't stop using, like, I don't know if you can see that I've like kind of, you know, put like a decent dent in this, considering the fact that I don't wear makeup every day, and I'm pretty sure that the VIB Rouge sale was like the middle or end of November. This, for being such kind of like sheer coverage, again, smooths out all your imperfections. It fixes any discoloration. It really matches with your skin tone. There's only two different shades in this. It's like the super fair and then like a medium shade. But keeping in mind, this is a Korean product. But if you can get your hands on this and test this out, especially if you don't like wearing a lot of makeup, if you just want something that just makes you feel more awake and like looking a little bit more fresh and hydrated and healthy, I cannot stop using this. Concealers. I have 4. So this first one, I have like an emotional issue with. So when I first got this, I'm super happy. Like, I loved it. It's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's in the little pot. I've used a decent amount, I would say, you know. I think my problem with this, like, and I don't use all cruelty-free products. It's something I've thought about. I just haven't done it yet. But I think my issue came from the fact that NARS was cruelty-free and then chose to not be cruelty-free just so that they could sell in, I think, China. And I feel like bad every time I use it. Like, it's one thing for a company that maybe wasn't cruelty-free and then chose to switch to be cruelty-free, but to be cruelty-free and then be like, making money is more important than testing on animals. I actually haven't purchased, I don't think I've purchased any NARS products since that happened. So I kind of feel like I'm just gonna finish this up and then not use it anymore. But it's a great concealer. I'm telling you, you can just stick your finger in. I didn't rub it around. And this goes such a long way. It's so full coverage. It's a beautiful concealer, which, you know, makes me sad because it's great. But I'm like, I kind of just don't want to support NARS because I can't believe that they did that. Like, that was their choice. Making money was more important than maintaining a cruelty-free status. Again, I know I'm not cruelty-free myself, but, you know, like, you just get like that icky feeling. This one I am actually out of and about to throw it in my empty container. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. So I have mine in the shade Light. There's literally like nothing in here at all. It's totally empty. This concealer, I decided after using it many, many, many times, I mean, obviously it's empty, that I like this best just under my eyes. I don't know why under my eyes are just always like really wrinkly and like dehydrated looking. They just don't look smooth. I mean, yeah, did I lay in the sun a little too much growing up? Yeah. Am I almost 30? It's like, I'm an old fart. Yeah, but still, I like this the best under my eyes. I just feel like it makes them look the least creasy and gross. So that is what I like to use this one for the best. Obviously, we have to talk about the Tarte Shape Tape. I normally just use the shade Light, but when I was like really tan this summer, I had Light Medium. This is just so great. I mean, does this need to be talked about? It has the giant applicator tip, so full coverage. You need like one little dot and it covers practically your entire face. I mean, you could just use this as a foundation if you really wanted to. And did you see? I think that they're coming out with a Tarte Shape Tape foundation. Oh my God, I'm so excited. But yes, great product. I don't like this one as much under my eyes. I think like the more I really thought about it and like analyzed my face, I think this one's the best for under my eyes. This is great like for everywhere else. Or sometimes I'll put like one little dot. I just can't like overdo it or I'll look like I'm 87. And then my beautiful pride and joy. This is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I don't know if you can see this. I've literally used like every single drop. Oh God. There's nothing in here. I actually was just, ew, is it like a giant hair? Okay, that was gross. Ew. Anyway, I was actually just on the Colourpop website earlier this morning trying to order a new one. Concealer is actually, oh my God. And I don't even really have arm problems anymore. I'm doing so much better. And I can't keep anything in my hand. But anyway, the Colourpop concealer is what I would mix with this, and it just made everything perfect. So I put this all over. I would do, you know, a couple little dots like on my cheek, the center of my forehead, down my nose, a little under the eyes, and these two just make my skin look so great. And it's so cheap. This is like $6. I mean, how can you say no to that? The one thing that and I think a lot of people, like almost every person I've ever heard talk about it, this concealer does get about a shade darker when you apply it. So I have the shade Light Neutral 15, and I think this is the third lightest shade. But once this like darkens, it's the identical match to my skin. And for a while I was actually using this as foundation. I was using no concealer, no foundation. I was just putting this like dots all over my face, blending it out, and I wore this by itself as concealer or as foundation. Yeah, so those were all of my foundations, primers, and concealer favorites of 2017. I'm sure most of it was not a surprise, but thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to be back to filming videos, and I hope that you guys will keep coming back and keep watching more. And if you see me in the same outfit a few times, it's because I'm trying to film a couple videos, all my favorites, just back to back. So thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.